Hey, welcome back to another video, folks. I feel like I'm at a cookery show today. I've got in front of me my jet boil, another little cooking thing, coffee, and an AeroPress. I think it's like a travel one, might be wrong there. Needless to say, I haven't actually used this yet. I bought it for sort of use this year, and then obviously I haven't really been out very much. I'd like to say I bought it for like, you know, expeditions and things like that, or even ML expeditions and stuff. But actually, I bought it for going to the sport crag with. Sometimes you're at the crag all day, and I don't really like instant coffee and that, so I never take a flask of coffee. But I thought it'd be really cool just to get a little espresso on the go while I'm at the sport crag. A bit of a pick me up. It's great, isn't it? So that's why I bought it, but I haven't used it yet. So I thought I'd try it at home and let you laugh at me, try and work it out. It comes in a little box, obviously. It comes with some instructions. I don't even know where they are. I took it out of the box, had a look at it. I've pulled it apart once, but I really haven't done any more than that. So this is a bit of a mystery to me as to how that will work. So I thought I might as well share the laugh of me trying to work it out and seeing if I can actually get good coffee from it. Talking of good coffee, I had this stuff delivered, paid for with my own money and that. It is from Frontline, and it's a search and rescue one. You buy a big bag of beans and they donate all their profits to various charities. This one, search and rescue, other ones to RNLI and all sorts. So it's worth checking them out. Frontline Coffee, Google them. And I haven't tried this yet either. So I've got my little climbing knife, my Petzl climbing knife, and I've said on other videos that I never do anything actual climbing wise with this knife. It's purely for like cutting up chorizo and stuff like that when I'm in the Alps. So I thought I'd use it to open my coffee. There's nothing better, smell wise, than opening a bag of coffee. It smells so good. I'm not a coffee expert. I love coffee, but I'm not a coffee expert. It almost feels like a bag of chocolate. That is absolutely lush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go and grind some of this in the machine, and then you join me trying to see if I can make a decent cup of coffee with an AeroPress. I know it's a bit of a random video, but these are random times, so stick with it. Okay, so I've ground my coffee into my little normal thing that I use on the machine, and like I say, I'm pretty into coffee, so I'm used to using the Gaggia Classic is what I use. I've got a nice grinder and everything, and it's like 19 grams of coffee ground into that thing. People have promised me good things about the AeroPress, so let's give it a go. Got my water, got my jet boil, I've got this little thing as well, but let's get the AeroPress out first. Some of you will be looking at this going, what on earth is he doing? The AeroPress travel thing all fits in this, like, is it a mug? Don't know. I mean, it could be, couldn't it? It comes with your little coffee scoop. That thing for, I don't know, what is it for? Flattening off the top? Do you do that in this thing? I don't know yet. We'll soon find out. I've got this little titanium spoon from upstairs. These are good. I'll put a link below, well cheap. And long, so they reach down the bottom of those packets, you know, when you're eating the camping meals, but seemingly I don't really need that. Let's open this up. He says, does it open up? I've got it, I've worked it out. That pulls up like that. Brilliant. So I've got to work out first, like, where do you put this filter thing? Because in here, right, is a filter, or there's a few in here, I checked earlier, but if you're looking at me thinking I look confused because I haven't done this before, and thinking, oh, he's a really good actor because he's obviously practiced this, I haven't. I think that's fairly apparent. That must go on the bottom. Filter fits perfectly in there. So onto there. Yes, winning. Right. Coffee must go on top of that, surely. What do you reckon? I'm going to chuck it in. It's going to make a right mess, isn't it? But yeah, we'll see how we go. Coffee going in. Smells so good. Right, that's in there. Now it must just be a case of boiling water, chucking it in there up to, there's numbers on there, 1, 2 and 3. Is that, I guess that's 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, don't know, and then you just plunge that on top. Is that how it works? Must be. So let's just keep that onto one side for now then. I just wanted to quickly mention stoves. If you've watched my other videos, I went on about this MSR Pocket Rocket the other day, and I realised it's not actually the one I use. So I've recommended it in the other video, but I use this slightly newer one. It's still a pocket rocket, but it's the Pocket Rocket 2. Folds out nicely. It does exactly the same thing. I think it's a fraction lighter. It seems like a nice bit of kit. I've used this quite a lot, really like them. And then it all fits in my Alp Kit titanium mug, and that's what I use for ML courses and camping and all that kind of stuff. What I'm going to use today is the Jetboil. The only reason being it all kind of fits in neatly, but then so does that, I suppose. But I don't really use this otherwise, so I may as well use it today. Jetboils are really good. The cups crack pretty quick, so you can see I've gaffer taped it back together and it seems to work. That ends up as the dog's bowl actually more often than not. And then these things, you've probably all used a Jetboil before. Screws on top and kind of away you go. Oh, that's obviously open. There we go. Safety first, kids. Right, so we've got that going in there. Let's just chuck some water in the old Jetboil. Jetboils are brilliant at what they do, which is boiling water, really. Now, the first time I used this, years ago I've had this, and I was in the back of my van, used to have a van. Literally the first time I used it, I thought, I must have been on the D&V or something like that, and I thought I'll boil some milk to make a hot chocolate. These aren't very good at doing anything other than boiling water. So what happened was, the milk, you know what milk's like, it's getting hotter and hotter, but it doesn't look like anything's happening. And then you look away for like a split second and suddenly there's like a volcano of milk exploding everywhere. And that's pretty much what happened. But as the milk exploded out over, it seemed to catch fire, and then this neoprene thing caught fire. So the very first use, this melted away, and I had to open the back doors of the van and boot it out the back. That was an exciting moment. So since then I've only ever used it for boiling water, but they are great for doing your boiling the bag kind of things. The little spark things go on them, so I carry this striker for mine, and it just works whether it's wet or whatever, so it just always comes with me. There we go. Right, I'm going to fast forward this bit in just a second because you don't need to see me boiling water, so bear with me a moment and you'll join me having boiled the old Jetboil full of water. Jetboil has done its thing. We now have a load of hot water. I've eaten a couple of those beans. Did anyone else eat coffee beans? Get a nice idea what they taste like. I really like them, but I've now got loads of bits of coffee bean in my mouth, so if you see me like smacking my mouth a bit, sorry about that. Right, so boiled. I used my little espresso cup because I just wanted to see, apparently you can get like nice crema out of this AeroPress thing. I'm a bit sceptical about that. Right, I've got my coffee thing. I'm assuming that I can just pour the water in without it being on that and it won't come through, but I literally honestly have no idea. Right, we'll try and pour it. I don't really want to make a mess on the dining table, but we shall give it a go. So I guess I'll pour it up to... Oh, it does come through a bit. Right, so it does drip through. So that's surprising. Maybe you need more than one filter. Right, this is making a mess, isn't it? That is terrible coffee. So why is that so bad then? I'm going to lift that out over there. There is not a hint of any crema or anything like that on that one. So what I might do is I think I'm going to have to go and read the instructions, aren't I? I'm a bit disappointed at that. I hope it... I mean, I'm not even... Should I try it? I mean, that's water that tastes a bit brown. That's rubbish. So I'm going to go and do some Googling to work out how to actually use it, and then we'll try again. What I have done is I've been on YouTube and I've watched a video of a hipster making a coffee on an AeroPress, right? So I think I've got the Techers dialed. So I think, right, you've got to set it up first by squeezing that bit in a bit, okay? And then precariously sort of balancing that up like that. Then you put your coffee in, sort of upside down. This is kind of making more sense, eh? I'm excited this time. I was excited the time before, but left rather disappointed. This time's it though, I'm sure. So I've poured my coffee in there. Then what he did next was, he had some like posh kettle kind of thing with a long spout, but I'm going to obviously use the Jetboil. Poured that in. No, it's like upside down, so the 1, 2, 3 thing, maybe it means where that is giving you 3 cups, 2 cups, 1 cup, something like that. And then, well, the hipster fella, he he mixed it up with some posh spoon. I should use my titanium thing, shouldn't I? But like I say, it comes with this, what I assume is a stirrer. And then he mixed it, stirred it, and said to let it bloom for 30 seconds. Must be some posh coffee word that I haven't heard before, but there it is, blooming for 30 seconds. Then he got his filter right out of his little thing. I don't think it came out of a little thing actually. It came from, it's quite a nicely edited film actually, so it came from a thin air kind of place. He got that filter though, and he put it in there. I reckon that some people must use like 2 filters or something to build more pressure. I'm going to stick with just the one for now though. Then what he did, right, is he pre-soaked the filter with just a little bit of water, which is again, it's not complicated, is it? But it's a little bit faffy. Right, let's put that in. Has it been 30 seconds yet? Probably something like that. Smash that on the top. Great. I'm at high hopes this time. Definitely it's going to be better coffee. I've swapped out that little small espresso cup for an actual adult-sized one. And then the next thing was just turn it over and pressing hard on it, and it's all to do, I guess, with that pressure of forcing it through the filter gets you the nice strong coffee. So let's have a go. Just about fits in there. Now the numbers are the right way up now, and I've got like number 2, so that's what I've filled it up to by design or otherwise. Right, I'm cranking it. A bit worried about smashing my nice china mug. Putting quite a lot of pressure on that, which I guess is the key. I think that's about all I'm going to get out of it. Oh, now it's making a fizzing noise. Is that good? That's probably the air off the last bit. Okay, right, the moment of truth. There's quite a lot of coffee in there actually. It's more than like a double espresso or something. Right, actually a lot less messy this time. Right, I'm winning. Hasn't got that like crema on the top that you get out of a proper coffee machine. It certainly looks better than that first cup that was like brown dishwater kind of stuff. Smells good, smells great. Let's give it a quick taste. That's not bad actually. Yeah, pretty alright. I mean, it's not super strong like you get out of a machine. Maybe just less water in it would do that. I suppose that would make it a bit stronger. Would I take that with me? Yeah, I would take it to the sort of sport crag with me. It's quite similar to what you get out of like the Bialetti kind of things. Yeah, I suppose it's a slightly different taste, but similar in sort of strength and whatever. So yeah, I would take that. It all fits into this thing. So this is I think it's called the AeroPress Travel. So it all fits into there. So it's not massive, is it? Obviously, it has to go with a jet boil or something similar to make it all work. So it's a bit of stuff, but it's not a lot in a sport bag, really, is it? Would I take it on ML courses? I probably wouldn't, if I'm honest. And the only reason for that is I do like coffee. I love coffee, but I can also kind of do without it. It's not like I wake up in the morning craving a coffee or anything. You're obviously taking a stove and stuff already then, so it's not a lot of extra space in your rucksack taken up by the little AeroPress, is it? So if you do like your luxury items and you are dependent on a good coffee, it's definitely better than that Nescafe rubbish. So there you go, there was my little, I'm not sure I can call that a review, but you got to watch me try the AeroPress for the first and second time. Yeah, not quite sling mountain, maybe more hipster mountain after watching that little video I had to watch with the instructions. I guess that's the moral of this story, is don't throw those instructions away and have a little read of them. Don't worry, we'll be back to kind of normal climbing and ML videos and stuff like that tomorrow, but do find us on Insta, find us on Facebook. There's the occasional coffee picture, but mostly it's more regular outdoor stuff. If you've got any questions about the old AeroPress, feel free to ask me, but as you can tell from that video, I'm probably not going to have a very good answer. Please do comment though if you know how to make a better coffee. Is it like 2 filters? Will that make a difference? I don't know. But any top tips on making good AeroPress coffee, I'm all ears, right? Yeah, like I say, hope you've enjoyed the video. More regular videos coming up very soon.